Good evening, lovely people, and welcome back to my Flosstube channel. My name's Laura Clark, also known as Butterfly Stitches 83 over on Instagram, and this is my little area of the internet where we talk all about cross stitch. So if you like cross stitching and you like looking at quite an eclectic mix of projects and sometimes big bits of haul, not so much this year because I've been really good, then this is the place to be. So hello, welcome back to returning viewers. Thank you so much for all your likes and comments on my last video. I love reading your comments so much. They just make my heart sing. So thank you so much. And if you've never seen me before, I really hope you like what you see. And if you do, please hit that subscribe button because we all know that growing on YouTube with the pesky algorithm is challenging, to say the least. So as I say, welcome back. This is Flosstube number 22. And yeah, we've got some quite a lot of stitching to show you and quite a lot of chit chat to be had. So grab your project, grab a drink and settle down for a good chinwag. So what have I got to show you today? I've got two finishes, including a really special one, which long-time viewers will be hopefully excited to see finished finally. Two new starts, 4 whips, that's work in progress if you are new to Flosstube. A tiny bit of haul. I'm going to do the unboxing of the latest Cotton Twine box from Historical Sampler Company. I've got a giveaway winner to win the planner that I showed you in the last episode. So I'm going to announce that winner towards the end of this video. And we'll do a little bit of stitchy plans chat. And then, as I promised in my last video, I'm going to show you some other arty crafty things that I've been doing lately. I'm going to put that right at the end. So if you're here for just cross stitch only and you don't want to hear about any other arty crafty things, then you can just, you know, doop, goodbye, and all will be forgiven. I'm not going to make anyone stay and watch my mediocre art. So first of all, a little life update. What's been going on? So we've had my son's birthday. My son turned 13, which was mentally challenging. For some reason, I'm finding having a 13-year-old son or a teenage son more disconcerting than when I turned 40 a few years ago. I don't know why. It's just mind-boggling to me that one of my children is now a teenager. Fortunately, my little girl is still only, well, she's going to actually be 7 in a week or so. So, you know, I've still got my one little baby. But anyway, he had an awesome birthday. Went out with some friends, went to this sort of retro arcade that we've got, which is brilliant. They had a great time. And he went to cinema with another friend to see the new Michael Jackson film. And what else? And he got some awesome presents. He got what I think is a really cool present from us, which was a supercar track day. I was going to tell you what he's racing, but I've already forgotten. Nissan, I don't know about cars. My husband loves cars. No, whatever. All I know is one of them is a Lamborghini Huracan, because that's my son's favourite car. So anyway, we found this place that does racing for anyone from age 10 sort of upwards on a track with an instructor, obviously. And yeah, I think he's equal parts nervous and excited about doing that. So I thought that was a pretty cool present. What else? As I say, it's my daughter's birthday. So April and May are always a bit stressful for us. So it's my daughter's birthday next weekend, but I'm actually doing a little birthday treat for her on Sunday with a couple of her friends. And we're going to this awesome looking, I've not been there before, art cafe that's sprung up near where we live in Southend, which looks really fun and I didn't know about before. And I'm super excited because I want to start going there myself. So they do lots of like classes in loads of different arts and crafts, like for adults in the evenings, and then you can drop in anytime during the day and pick from a little buffet of crafts and arts and crafts, pottery, painting, quilling, watercolors. They've got this amazing room where you just go in there and put some overalls on and just throw some paint around. It's like this whole like crazy paint experience, which looks really fun. Anyway, so I asked them if they catered to kids, and they said yes. So my daughter, who's a budding little artist, we're going to take her for her early birthday treat on Sunday, and then do something the following weekend as a family for her birthday. So that'll be amazing. Not much else to report. Been really busy at the day job, but that's all good. Been still going to my weekly little stitching club on a Tuesday in our local library. I'm enjoying it so much. There's about 8 of us now, 8 or 9. It's really lovely. It's me and Libby from Out of the Closet Crafting, and then like a bunch of older ladies, most of whom knit or crochet, but we have had a couple of cross stitchers now and a couple of people doing other crafts, so that's really cool. It's meant to be any crafts basically, but it's just that little awesome couple of hours on a Tuesday morning that's like just for me, and I'm enjoying it so much. And I'll give you a small update on Cotton and Clay. You guys won't have heard me mention it for a while. Cotton and Clay is my small business over on Etsy, where I make handmade needle minders, floss organisers and other accessories, and it's been on hiatus since the end of last year. And the idea was I was going to take 6 months off, focus on mental well-being and settling in at my new job and all the rest of it, lowering some stress levels, and then decide what to do around now or in the summer. I think initially what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a big inventory of all the stock that I've already got, and spend some time counting that up, amending my Etsy shop to make sure it reflects exactly what we've got, and then I'm probably going to initially open up just with stuff that I have in stock, so I won't be doing new things straight away, and I won't be doing custom orders straight away. I really was in a bit of a bad way emotionally towards the end of last year, and I really, not that I'm blaming my business, but it was definitely a factor, so I'm really wanting to like ease myself into it in a very slow way. So yeah, watch this space and I'll keep you posted on when that goes back up. But that's it for life stuff. Let's get into some stitching. Now, I've got a really exciting finish, and you guys who follow me on Instagram will have already seen this a few weeks ago. I'm a little bit behind on recording this, by the way, because I was going to record last Monday until I realised it was a bank holiday, and I'm like, oh, I can't, my kids are here. So that's why we're a little bit behind. But anyway, so this is a really special finish. I've been working on this for 18 months and I'm very excited to finally finish it. And it is, I always have to scoot back to fit it in the screen. I've finished the Quacker. I am so happy to have finished this. It's probably the biggest project I've ever finished. One of the biggest projects I've ever worked on, and I absolutely love it. It's the Quacker. It's by Star Parade Designs. And you guys will know the story. I've been working on it with quite a few ladies after we spoke to the designer and saw the sample in the flesh at Big Stitch in 2024. And the idea was we wanted to finish it in time for Big Stitch 2026. It's only every other year. And I've done it, yay! So I'm all ready to take it to Big Stitch in June, end of June, and hopefully meet up with some of the other ladies who have finished theirs and have a nice photo together. I decided, move back forward so I can give you a closer look. I got permission from the lovely Shell at Cheesecake and Cross Stitch to steal her idea of doing the little duck faces in a heart shape in a different colour. So for those of you who haven't seen this before, if you're new to my videos, this is 20, I can never remember what it is. It's a weird count. It's like 25 count, I think it is. Linda even weave in the colour grass. The pale yellow variegated floss is Weeks Dye Works Lemonade. And then I picked a pink to do this lovely little heart faces, so cute. And I realised I didn't actually put that on my Instagram, I don't think. So that one, for anyone who's interested, is called Crepe Myrtle, which is quite an odd name that I don't understand. Maybe it's beyond my capabilities. And I had just enough skeins, like I could have finished it with the yellow if I wanted to, which was a big source of anxiety because I'd reordered it twice already and just not realising quite how much thread this was going to take. I think in total it was, well, 11 skeins or 11 and a half skeins of Week Starbucks lemonade in total went into this, and many hours, but also a lot of love as well. So I'm really happy to finally finish that. And from your guys' perspective, it means I won't be showing you it every single month and being really boring. So that's that one. I need to find another project to put in this awesome rubber ducky bag and to use my awesome rubber ducky needle minder with. So we will, that won't be a problem. I've got many projects. And my other finish is also really super special, and I really enjoyed it. And it is the Quick Quaker Sal from Jacob at Modern Folk Embroidery. Many of us I know were working on this during April, and I was really chuffed to do it. The idea was a daily sale. Again, stitch along. I really should start explaining acronyms for people who are brand new to Flosstube videos. Stitch along, yes. And the idea was we were putting in a certain number of stitches a day. I loved it so much I was finding it hard to just do that small amount. So I basically ended up doing it in like 5-day chunks and then sharing on my Instagram in 5-day chunks as well. Oh, being attacked by a fly. And I'm really pleased. There is so many different, if you go on Instagram and just search for hashtag Quick Quaker Sal, you'll find so many amazing different versions, all different colours and different combos. This is what I went with, and I wasn't sure at first, and then after a few days it started coming together and I could not be more pleased. So this is my one. And as I say, the chart is from Jacob at Modern Folk Embroidery. I believe you can still get it on his website. It is really satisfying to stitch all of those motifs. There is such a logic and a joy to stitching on one of Jacob's charts. He just charts them in a way that's just so wonderfully logical and satisfying to stitch. And the floss that I've used, this is just 28 count antique white Zweigart even weave, and what I was using is this amazing variegated floss from Roxy Floss Co. Evertote in Peacock it's called, and it is stunning. And next time I do a Roxy order, I think I'm gonna have to get more because I feel like that's all I've got left now, and I feel like stitching everything with it. I absolutely love it. I love how it's come out. So yeah, 2 awesome finishes this month, and I'm really pleased with those. Right, what's on my list? New starts. Right, so actually one of my new starts is practically, well, it's 3/4 done already. And it's the Happiness is Homemade mystery stitch along from Historical Sampler Company. Kindly gifted, Historical Sampler Company kindly gifted me the full kit. And I don't always do them when they gift them. Sometimes they give me permission, sometimes I give them as giveaways or to friends. But this one, as soon as I saw the sneak peek, I knew I had to do it, and I'm really chuffed with myself because I've kept up. We've done 3 weeks and I've kept up, and I believe the next one is due out on, could be Thursday this week, I think actually. I think it's Wednesday or Thursday this week, and that'll be the final part. So here is where we are so far. Happiness is homemade, and yes, it really is. Sorry about the creased up, it's just linen gets so creased, doesn't it? This is 32 count linen. And all DMC. And we've got some lovely strawberries, flowers, lovely house. I love this teal that we're using for the border. And I love these tiny little birds I was stitching on a couple of nights ago. So cute. And I must show you my needle minder. So the bottom of this chart is the sneak peek. So we haven't even had the bit yet that they showed on the sneak peek. And it's got some, well, I don't actually know if they're geese or ducks, but it's got some lovely white geese or ducks. So I've got this gorgeous goose needle minder from my amazing talented friend Charly Feathers, and look how sweet he is. I can't, the light in here is not showing him to, or her, to the standard that I want to, because it's absolutely beautiful and it's quite shimmery in real life. Absolutely gorgeous. So I knew that as soon as I received him, he had to go on this project. So that is one part of my haul for this month. And it's already being used on a project. So thank you Historical Sample Company, and thank you Charly as well. Hopefully this one, if I continue to keep up with it, will be a finish in next month's video. And my other new start was also very, very exciting. I've been waiting a really long time to start this one. And I finally have. And I'm just, oh, it was just a joy. I wasn't planning on doing as much of this as I have, but once I started, I just could not stop. I was only going to do a tiny corner and just, you know, call it a start. But once I started, the pattern, the colours, the fabric is all so fun that I literally just couldn't stop and I had to carry on. Let me find you a picture of the pattern first. It is a pattern that some of you will have already seen, I'm sure, all over social media. Oh, there's the picture. Now this picture doesn't do this pattern justice, but if you go on social media, you'll find a much better picture. It's the Cherry Magpie by Jed Stitch, who I hadn't even heard of until end of last year, but she is amazing. Absolutely, I think it's a she. Is it Jen? I think it might be Jen. She's absolutely smashing it. There's so many of her charts that I really want to get my hands on, but they're quite big, or most of them are. And I thought, right, pace yourself, get one of them done, see how you get on. Because this one's got a couple of companion pieces. It's got Blueberry J. I think there's one more, but I can't remember what it is. Roses or something. But I thought, let's start with this one. And then I saw there is a fly in here and it is bugging me. So I'm sorry if it's bugging you as a viewer as well. And I saw Kerry at Roxy Floss, the one that she was working on her Instagram at the end of last year. And I was like, I need that Roxy Floss conversion. I need that amazing fabric and I need their floss conversion for this. So I think that's part of why I've enjoyed working on it so much. The design is amazing and the materials I'm using are amazing. And so here is where I am after just one little stitch session. Well, I say one, 4 days or something. I was literally going to do this little corner. And then I finished the corner and then I wanted to do this bit. And then I was like, well, you might as well do the cherries now because that's the coolest part. And I absolutely love it. The colours are gorgeous. Look at those cherries. They look so 3D. I love it so much. God, I'm already tempted to stitch it again. But I've got so many other projects, so maybe next month I'll pull it out again. This fabric is called Temptation, hand dyed by Kerry at Roxy Floss. I went for a 16 count Ada. I don't always use a lot of Ada these days, but I decided to go for Ada on this one because I didn't. The pattern's got so much sort of symmetry in it. I was like, I really didn't want to risk messing it up. And their Ada is so soft compared to, like, obviously linen and even weave are very soft, and Ada can be a little bit more stiff, especially with like the off-the-shelf brands. But once they get hand dyed, quite often they are really, really soft. And the ones that I've had a 2 or 3 now from Roxy Floss, and they've always been really soft. So that's just really fun. And it comes serged on the edges, which is also awesome. Yeah, so I love it. The colour is insane. When I shared this on my Instagram, it looked really funny because it was just really bright on my grid with all my other stuff that was more neutral. The Roxy Floss conversion, so if you go onto the Evertote website, you'll be able to just order, like they've got on their Cherry Magpie floss conversion, and you can just order the whole lot in one fell swoop. In fact, if I can find that, I'll put a link in the description for that. But in case anyone is interested in the colours in here, I'll give you a little run through of all the colours. So we've got maraschino. I don't know why, but maraschino is one of my favourite words to say. Oh, by the way, the floss ring that I'm using was in my advent calendar this year from Coffee Craft Fabrics. Then we've got blue raspberry, another amazing teal. As we know, DMC teals can be a bit few and far between, so if you can get a good few hand dyed teals, that's always good. Pink 182. Oh, I just got that. I've been stitching with this the whole time, and because this one's in the bit that I've stitched, and I've been going, Pink 182. I don't get it because their names are always really cool. It's Pink 182, obviously, like Blink 182, and I was a massive Blink fan, so it was stupid that I didn't get that. So yes, Pink 182, Starburst Cherry, South Beach. It's like a beautiful, that would be so nice for like a flamingo. If I was ever stitching, well, I am currently stitching a flamingo, but it's in a kit. But yeah, that would be awesome. Nerdy. Monstera. The names are just great, like Monstera, like the Monstera plant. So cool. Sparday. Jaded. Clever. Oops. Lemon Curd. Cheshire, which looks brown here, but it's actually a lovely deep purple. Purpley maroon. Bellini. Could go for Bellini right now. And Stein. 11 points more. They also do 11 points. So this must be a slightly different version of that. Winter Solstice. Oh, we've got 2 of those. Must be a lot of that on there. And oh, we've got 2 maraschinos as well. So there must be plenty of that one in the kit. So as I say, you can order the floss conversion and it'll all be worked out for you and you'll have enough. And yeah, they're just amazing. Just amazing. So thank you so much to both Roxy Floss, Evertoe and Jed X Stitch. I'm loving that project so much. And I can't wait to do some more on it. So that was my finishes and my new starts. I still can't tell you how excited I am that I'm doing a video and I've finished the Quacker. So thrilled. So whips. So because I was working quite a lot on all of those, especially the 2 stitch alongs, 3 stitch alongs if you include the Quacker, I haven't worked on that many whips, so I've only got 4 of those. So the first one is Quilted Tiny Town from Heart in Hand. Regular viewers know that I'm a big fan of Heart in Hand and I'm a really big fan of the Tiny Town series. I'm looking to put a pre-order in for Big Stitch with Talking Dog Stitchery if she can get hold of them, for the Needleworkers Tiny Town. But at the moment we're doing Quilted Tiny Town, and this is where I've got to. So it's really sweet. It's little farmhouse barns with little quilting motifs on them. This month I worked on just this part here. But filling in that white was no joke, to be fair. I love the little cow, and I love these sunflowers. It's just really, really good fun. They're so fun, these patterns to work on, and you can, if you're like me and you stitch on lots of things, they're really easy to just divide up because you can just do one house each month or week, whenever you want to do it. I am doing my own pulling from stash. Oh, I thought I brought my threads, but I haven't. I'm stitching from stash for this one, but I've kept as close to the called for as I can. I think there's a couple of called for in there because I already had them. But if you go on my Instagram, if ever you see anything and you want to know what the floss is or the fabric is or whatever, and I haven't given all of the information, if you go over to my Instagram account, when I share my updates of these pictures, I always, or as much as possible, I tend to include the flosses that I'm working on and the fabric that I'm using. This fabric is, I did write that down, 28 count sand from Spygart, I believe. So that was my first whip. My second whip is another reason why I've not got much whip progress this month, and that's because, again, I could not put it down. So I hardly worked on this project last year. I don't even know why. I think it was just seemed too big and I couldn't get I get overwhelmed if it's a project that's too big. And yeah, I think I worked on it once last year, but this year I've worked on it twice already, and both times I've done really big chunks of it. So I have I'm labouring under no false narratives that I'm gonna actually finish this or even get halfway this year, but I am excited to have made the progress that I have so far, and I plan to bring it back out into my rotation at some point later in the year, and that is a sampler garden from Modern Folk Embroidery. One of the main things I like about it is the colour. Again, at the time that this was released, Roxy Floss Co were doing a floss conversion for it. Whether that's still there, I don't know. I'd have to look that up. But I started stitching on this kind of before I knew the epicness of Roxy Floss. So I'm just using the DMC, but the shades are so beautiful that it really works. So as you can see, it's a bit of a beast. When I finish this is probably going to be, no, actually the Quacker's probably still more stitches. I don't know. I work from paper patterns, so I never actually know how many stitches I've done. But either way, it's a decent amount. Oh, I've got glitter and gold leaf on this table, and now I'm going to have it on my projects. That was rookie. So here's what I've done here's what I've done this month. So when I packed up last year, I'd only done this bit and not even finished the triangle border. When I got this out in January, I did this section up to the birds, and then this month I've done all of this, which I admit, now I'm looking at it, it doesn't seem that much, but it was a lot of stitches and there's a lot of thread changing, so it did take me a good 4 or 5 days. I'm definitely finding this year that I'm still working on projects for longer, which I think is probably a good plan. Get a bit more bashed out, try and reduce my whip pile a little bit. And that's certainly been the case with this one. Whereas I mostly work on a project for 3 days, I worked on this one for a good 4 or 5. I worked on Cherry Magpie for a good 4 or 5. And the Quick Quaker and Historical Sampler stitch alongs as well, I worked for a good 4 or 5 each time, or yeah, each stage that I was at. So anyway, this fabric is 28 count, I wrote it down, 28 count vellum, which I believe I got from the awesome American website that only charges $5 shipping. 123 Stitch. So long ago. So yeah, really love that. It's a really fun project. If you like big samplers, it's a really fun project, and those colours are just, they go so nicely together. So regular viewers will know that I made a bit of an outlandish promise at the beginning of the year that I was going to stitch every month. So for a couple of days around the 25th of every month, I was going to stitch on a Christmas project, and for a couple of days around the 31st of every month, I was going to stitch on a Halloween project. The Christmas one just didn't happen. In my defence, I was poorly during those particular days. Whether I would have stitched on it anyway, I don't know, because it's very hard. Like, it was all right up to this point, but now we're fully into spring. It's getting really warm here in the UK, and like, I just don't feel like stitching Christmas, sorry, which I predicted would happen. But I'm still going to try and crack on with my Halloween project, because it's a big project and I just don't see I'm going to ever get anywhere otherwise. And the one in question, so I did it for about 2 nights, so I've not made a great deal of progress, but you know, a little bit of progress is good. And the project in question is Night Riser by Love Poppet. I mean, it's so gorgeous. The fabric I'm using is a 16 count from Megan at Copycraft Fabrics, and the threads I'm using are Pearl 8, slightly thicker threads, 1 strand in this 16 count, and they're Pearl 8, and the colour pack is Opulence by Paintbox Threads. And then for the sort of whites and creams and greys, I found some Pearl 8 GMC, which I'm using, which is pretty much the same thickness. So here's where I am. I think I've not made a great deal of progress since I last showed you, but I think I've basically filled this part in and the clock part in. But hey, at least I got a few stitches in it. I didn't get any stitches in the Christmas one, but I did get some in my Halloween project, so that was good. And I really want to knuckle down and get a few more into this in this month of May. And my final whip, which will hopefully be finished not too long away, is another Love Poppet. and it's Whale of a Time, which I got when I was in the Love Poppet Patreon. But I'm fairly certain you can now get it on our website. I'll have a look if you can and put it in the description box below. So this is the finished article, and this is where I'm at. Oh, he's upside down. There he is. This fabric is 28 count crystal Monet linen by Picture This Plus, and it's this amazing opalescent. It's really sparkly in real life. It's gorgeous, and I just thought it went really nicely with the blues and the pinks. So what have I done on this month? Let's have a quick little look. So I've basically did all of these flowers here, and this outside, and this bit, oh, and here is little eye and whatnot. And so I've basically just got all the outsidey bits, like the greenery, bubbles and leaves and seaweed and stuff that's around him, which might be a bit boring, but you know, I probably shouldn't leave that till last. I'm planning on doing that first actually, and then I'm going to take the final bit of filling in on the whale to big stitch, because it's nice to have some filling in when you go to a retreat, and then you can be kind of totally mindless with it, can't you? You can just chat whilst filling in at the same time. So yeah, in an ideal world, I'm gonna get all of these swirly whirly leaves and bubbles done before we go, and you never know, I could then fill it in and I could get a cheeky ring of the finishing bell, which I've never done at a retreat before. So yeah, maybe I'll just take a few projects that are about to be finished so that I can ring the bell. Cheeky! I'm sure lots of people do that. So that's actually all my stitching, but I've got the tiniest bit of haul, in fact just one thing and an unboxing, then we'll do giveaway winner, and then I'll bang on about some other art and craft for a while. Bear with while I pull my trusty chair over. Okay, so my one bit of haul is my Corrie's Little Shop Weeks Dye Works Thread of the Month Club, which I show you every month. This is, sorry for the rustling, this is month 16, so we're well over a year now. And the idea is that we're getting 10 flosses on the Weeks Dye Works range every month in the order of the alphabet. And we are on to H's, so we've still got a fair way to go. Anyway, I like to show these because I've discovered through being in this floss club that there's a lot that Weeks Dye Works do, a lot of flosses that I'd never seen before. I think when designers use fancy floss, they quite often stick to, I mean, most designers will have a particular colour palette that they stick to for the most part. And I think because of that, you don't get to see any of the others. And that's what I've really been enjoying about being part of this floss club. This is run by Corrie's Little Shop, by the way, but it is currently closed. I think I remember checking last time when I was writing out the notes for my last video, and I don't think it's open anymore. But they do one through Talking Dog Stitchery. Whether that one's open, I don't know. You'd have to check that out. Anyway, so I like to show them each month in case it's a floss that you've not seen before. So we've got Hibiscus, Hosta. So the super variegated ones you almost never see called for in a project, which I love. Another amazing variegated one, Hot Rod. That's a good name. And another one, Harvest. Lots of variegated ones in this month. Hazelnut. This was April's floss of the month, by the way. We're still, I paid the bill for May, so that should be coming soon. Golf. Another lovely, I love a teal or a greeny blue aqua of any kind. Gunmetal, which is actually a fantastic grey if you ever need a nice dark bluey grey. Now I'm reading out gunmetal, I'm starting to wonder if I did these ones in last month's video. If I did, sorry. Havana. I'm wondering if I'm thinking I did. This seems familiar. Oh well, I don't edit, so you're just seeing these again. I don't think I had these last month. who knows, that's the charm in me. Guacamole and holly. So you may be seeing them for the second time, or you might not. So thank you so much for Corrie's Little Shop. I really enjoy it, that monthly floss club. It is a lot of fun. Let's do the giveaway winner. So in last month's episode, I was offering a chance to win one of these amazing planners from the Stitching Cabin. I was so chuffed to see people in the comments saying, I don't care that it's already May or April, like I'm still going to use it. I'm like, yeah, you will. I knew people would understand what I was on about. I really recommend these planners. I won't go into it again. I've been into it lots in other lessons. Other lessons? God, imagine being a teacher. Hell. In other videos. So yeah, Stitching Cabin, the Stitcher's Almanac, you can still get it on Amazon, but I was giving this one away and I picked a winner at random earlier this afternoon, and it is Cheryl D, or Cheryl D, obviously depending on how you pronounce it. Cheryl D, and the her handle is Cheryl D 1648. Cheryl D 1648. Cheryl, if that is you, then please drop me an email. Actually, the best thing would probably be for you to message me on my Instagram, butterflystitches83, or you can drop me an email at butterflystitches83@gmail.com. But I will go and find your comment and comment onto it as well, so that you, in case you missed this video. So congratulations, Cheryl, and thank you to everyone who entered. And my last stitchy thing is I wanted to do an unboxing of the current Cotton Twine subscription box from Historical Sampler, kindly gifted to me by Historical Sampler Company. And this is another really, really cute design. So, as I've mentioned a million times before, the Cotton Twine boxes, for which I will leave a link down below, it's a monthly subscription box. I believe you can start it and pause it whenever you like. There's different prices. There's like a PDF version, or there's a linen version, or there's I think it's 32 count linen or 16 count Ada, and the kits are something like £22, which I think is a really good deal. Or you can, as I say, they now do a PDF only version if you want to kit it up yourself. So I'll put a link down below. But May's design is so cute. Look at him. Two gorgeous little seagulls, and they are like kind of perfect because I live by the sea. So yeah, I mean, I love them. They're so funny. Yeah, so I will definitely be stitching this on myself at some point. I've got many of their projects on the go at the moment. Oh, that was something I meant to mention. Oh, I meant to write the details down. Right, so I'm going to partake in a stitch along that's been put on by well, various people, but started by my friend Shell at Cheesecake and Cross Stitch. And we're going to be stitching on, or attempting to stitch on, if it fits into the rest of my schedule, a Historical Sampler project every, or a Cotton Twine project, as I should say, but I think Historical Sampler, either or, whatever you want to do, every Monday. So I've completely forgotten the hashtag because I'm a rubbish friend and I didn't write it down on my journal. Rubbish. So I will put a link to Shell's Facebook, Instagram post all about it, and I'll list the hashtag down below. But if you want to join us for stitching on a awesome Cotton Twine or Historical Sampler Company chart every Monday, anyone you like, and I've currently got about 5 to choose from, then yeah, feel free to use the hashtag and join us, and I'll check the show notes down below and I will tell you what that hashtag is. Sorry, meant to put that in there. So yes, this is the May box, and again I'll put a link to this one. So you get the pattern. I think you get a colour version and a black and white version. You get your chosen fabric, which is the linen for me, in this lovely gorgeous bluey grey. You get your threads all sorted for you, DMC threads. You get a little gold needle. And then you usually get some items for finishing it. Since this one is finished in a frame, it comes with a little frame. You get a little tea bag. And then you get usually another item, but usually a little hangy thing. And I really love these ones. This is kind of going with the theme, but I love this. This is right up my cup of tea. Little sardines. I'm going to hang this in my kitchen's kind of like a vintage country shaker style, so it's going to look so cute in there, so I'm going to hang that on one of my shelves. And the chockies this month are also really sweet. Sardinas, look how cute, they're really sweet. I love them all wrapped up. And as I'll get into in a minute, I've started junk journaling, and I've already decided that when I've eaten these, which may well be later today, I'm gonna use this packet and do like some sort of art page around it and stick that in, because it's just really sweet. So yeah, amazing. So fantastic box as always by Cotton Twine. So thank you so much to all the ladies at Historical Sampler Company for sending that to me, and as I say, please feel free to join us for stitching on the Historical Sampler Company stitch alongs on a Monday. I will put the link down below so that you know the hashtag. Okay, I think that is it for stitchy things. Oh, plans. Didn't do plans, did I? What are my plans for this coming month? Right, so I want to finish that Happiness is Homemade Historical Sampler Sal. As I say, I've only got part 4 left, which I think is out this week, and I've been keeping up with it so far, so you need to give me a virtual slap on the wrists if I'm back here next month and I haven't finished that one. I want to prep a few projects for filling in at Big Stitch. So for example, the whale that I just showed, I want to get that ready. My wings have changed by Silver Needle, is that what they're called? Silver, anyway, my wings have changed butterfly project that I just started. I want to do the outline of the butterfly so that I can fill that in at Big Stitch as well. So I want to prep a couple of ones for Big Stitch. I want to do one more new start. I've not entirely been keeping up with my new starts. Well, certainly not this last month anyway, because I had those 2 sales which were completely unexpected and weren't in my plans. Hey ho, that's life. You've got to be flexible. Roll with the punches. So I'm not starting all the stuff I was going to start this, like in May. Obviously I've started the Cherry Magpie, amazing, just love it so much. But I've got a couple of others. I've got the Forget Me Nots with the elephants from last year's Nashville Needlework Market. I've also got the next In the Heart in Hand doodle series that I'm doing, the summer one. I'm either going to start that this month or next month for June. And I've also got a Stitches Quaker, which I really want to start because I've chosen some awesome floss from Cottage Garden Threads. But am I a bit Quakered out? We've done a lot of Quaker stuff lately. I love Quakers, but do I want to give the Quaker stuff a break for a couple of months? Maybe. Apologies if you can hear my dog barking. He's obviously decided to start annoying me at the end of the video. Yeah, so I definitely want to do one more new start and a bit of prep for the retreat. So yeah, that's the plan. I also meant to tell you about the Big Stitch exclusives that got shared with us attendees, and they were all gorgeous. I've really restrained myself and I've only ordered one of the exclusives, and it is the Love Poppet specific retreat exclusive that is so beautiful. It's like a really gorgeous ornate heart with a big banner going across saying Big Stitch 2026. It's gorgeous. I think me and all my little friends that I'm going, my little friends all my amazing friends that I'm going with, I think we've all pre-ordered it pretty much, so that will be a new start while we're there. And the other new star is, so Sam at Old Barn Stitching Company, and what's her other company called? Little Loops. She shared this really beautiful kind of seaside scene with us that was going to be an exclusive. And we were like, oh, we didn't see that in the email about the exclusive. She's like, oh no, that's the free one that I'm going to put in your welcome gift. I was like, oh my God, it's gorgeous. So I've pre-ordered some threads from Corrie's Little Shop for that one. So we're going to start that one together as well. And yeah, as I say, I've ordered a few from Talking Dog Stitchery. Well, I've ordered the hands-on design, the night light, is it called? The little dragonfly. Dragonfly. So what happens towards the end of the video? I just forget my words. What's the insects that glow? It's too much. It's too much for me. Firefly. Thank you. So yeah, it's called Nightlight. I've pre-ordered that, and I've pre-ordered a couple more. I can't remember. So I'll pick those up when we're there as well. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm super excited for Big Stitch at the end of next month. I've already got my bits and bobs to make my table gifts, so I'll have to crack on with that. Yeah, it's all really good. So if you are here for stitching only and you've had enough of this little dog barking in the background, hello, thank you, goodbye, and please hit the subscribe button, and please comment. And yeah, tell me if you're going to Big Stitch, because I want to know if people that are watching this are going to be there and I can come and say hello. So yeah, do let me know. And if you're not going to Big Stitch, tell me what other retreats you're planning on going to this year, because I always like to know about other retreats so I can make sure I'm following all those Facebook pages. So yeah, feel free to go. However, I was going to continue and share a little bit about some of the other arty, crafty things that I've been working on. So if you're wanting to stay, please feel free. Otherwise, goodbye, and I'll see you next month. So, I mentioned last month that since I've been on this hiatus from my Etsy shop, and I've had a little bit more time to work on other crafty things, I decided to pull out some of my other craft kits and art supplies, and spend some time doing some other stuff. And it has been so beneficial to me. It has helped me so much with my mental health in the last few months. There's something about getting creative. I guess it's the same reason why we cross stitch, right? There's something about getting creative that really is soothing to the mind. Just like cross stitch, it hits that sweet spot where it's engaging enough that you can be completely focused and in the moment without being so stressful that you're overwhelmed. And I am not professing to say, is that the word? I'm not labouring under the illusion that I'm a decent artist at all. I've never been able to draw. I've never been able to paint. I can't design cross stitch. I can just about design polymer clay needlewinders, although there were plenty of disasters that didn't make the Etsy shop. But it is enjoyable to me. And I've been following this awesome girl on Instagram called Art Girl, with a URL, Art Girl, and her whole philosophy is make bad art. So even if you don't think you're good enough at whatever medium you're doing, she just does a lot of multimedia art, then just go for it. Just get some colour on the page, get some paint on the page, get some scribbles out there. It's so good for your soul. So saying that you don't know how to draw or don't know how to paint is not an excuse, because I don't know how to draw or paint, but I still get a lot of joy from making, in inverted commas, art. So I'm not going to show you all my other hobbies today, because this video would be like another hour. So I've picked a few, and then I'll show you a few next video as well. So the first thing I want to show you is not one I've been working on lately, but I've got a lot of supplies that I found the other week, and I do want to pick it back up at some point. But these are a couple of things that I made previously, and that is macrame or macrame. If anyone knows the correct way of pronouncing that, do let me know, because I've heard it both ways. So this one is one that came, see, this is what I'm saying. You can see how uneven this is, how lumpy this is. I'm very much a beginner at all of these things. I don't want anyone coming at me in the comments being like, oh, you're rubbish at that. Oh, you can't, your art is really rubbish. Yeah, it probably is, but I don't mind, because my whole point is you're doing it for the joy of it. And I hope it encourages other people who think they can't, that they're not arty, to go and give lots of other arts and crafts a try. Anyway, this was, sadly, I can't remember the name of the company, and I think I've thrown away the box now, but I actually got this from one of the Stitch festivals in London maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and it came as a kit, and I wish I could remember the company. I'll see if I can find them, and if I can, I'll link them down below. So this came as a full kit with instructions. Even when there's instructions, I tend to then remember, like, make a note of what it's called and then look for a YouTube video as well, because I'm much more of a visual learner. So yeah, did this little macrame wall hanging, and I found it when I was sorting out this side of my conservatory a few weeks ago, and found many craft supplies. So now it's hanging up. I found a nice place to hang it up. This one's been hanging up the whole time. This is a little tiny macrame that I did myself. Again, it's really not perfect. I mean, look at this. This is not even at all. But complete beginner. This is the first time I've done one on my own. Again, following a YouTube video, and it's really fun. And it's definitely something I want to get into. I've still got a lot of now, what's the right word? Not ropes, cords. I've still got quite a lot of bamboo sticks and macrame cords over in the corner there. So I definitely want to get back into it again soon, but I just thought I would show that one. And then ones I have been working on literally in the last couple of weeks, I pulled out my quilling supplies. And this is my little quilling example that I've done. Quilling is so fun. It's so fun, and it's so cheap. Like, you can get like quilling strips and like tweezers and a little quilling tool, like the little roller, for next to nothing on Amazon or even on Temu. And yeah, it's really fun. I've got a couple of excellent quilling books actually, which I'll have to dig out for another time. But again, just follow a YouTube video. It's actually really easy. As I say, it's easy to, what is the expression? Easy to learn, takes a moment to learn and a lifetime to master. So of course I figured out the basics, but then look, like, so these 3 yellow petals were meant to be the same size, and obviously they're not. But it's really fun. I had to do some butterflies because you guys know that I'm butterfly mad. Yeah, so that was my little attempt at quilling. I've actually, like, I did do a fair bit of it when I first got the quilling supplies a couple of years ago, and I did one that I'm really proud of, which I've got like a letter B that's all made with quilled paper in my daughter's bedroom. I might see if I can get someone to get that off the wall for me to show you next time, because it is, I think, really quite good for a first timer. And I've actually used quite a lot of my papers, so I think I might order some more papers, so I've got some more colours. But yeah, it's really fun, really straightforward. You don't need a lot of supplies. Let's put it this way, compared to when I was trying to learn to crochet, this is a walk in the park. So yeah, that was my little recent foray into quilling, or kind of a renaissance, because as I say, I have done it in the past. I've also been pulling out my watercolours. Again, I've got some watercolours that I've had in the past, and I've pulled them back out, and again following a few YouTube tutorials. Now I will tell you, these are not great. This is what I'm saying. Watercolour, although probably the most forgiving of all paints, is still really tricky to master. There's still a lot of basics that I need to learn, but I'm not very patient like that, so I just watch a video and I jump in head first. So these are not the best. They're uneven, they're splotchy, they're not great. There's a lot to learn, but I've gone in and done it, and it makes me feel so good. So I'm sharing them with you, even though they're kind of embarrassing. I'm sharing them with you guys anyway, to hopefully inspire you to make your own imperfect art. So these are just a few little ones that I made. I've got a little flower here. I don't know what any of these flowers are. Well, this one's a sunflower, I guess. Little sunflower. I like doing roses. They're quite fun because it's quite, like, not easy. Again, it's easy to pick up, lifetime to master. It's quite fun doing the little strokes that make the rose. Some little, again, these are not identified as any particular flower. And again, these ones, this lavender is probably my absolute favourite. I love that. I think that came out pretty good. Another, oh, were these mine as well? Yep. Some more roses. Terrible vase. It looks like an ice cube. More roses and lavender. No clue what those other two flowers are. do what you like. Oh, a terrible beach scene. This one should have been chucked away. And oh, I've had a go at some lemons. I've actually cut out the best ones, which are these ones, because they're going to go in my junk journal. So I was pretty pleased with that one in the end. Just a little lemon and a little lime. And what else? Oh, and then I just did a little moon scene. This one's not finished yet. It's going to have like a big black silhouette of a tree and a little cat. So I'll show you next time if I manage to get that done. Oh, and this was just some butterflies. This was actually in a watercolor colouring book, which is really cool. So it's basically a colouring book with watercolor paper and light, very light pencil illustrations, and you just paint into it. So it's a good thing for, like, if you are just starting like me, brand new. It's a good way of doing it. And then this is what sort of I made from that. I started inking the bottom ones and then wasn't sure if I liked it, so I left the top ones without the fine liner. And again, I think I'm probably gonna chop this up and use it in my art journal. So that was my ones. And then I really wanted to show you what was really nice is when I was doing it, my kids both decided that they wanted to have a go. As I say, my daughter's really arty anyway, and she wanted to have a go. Then my son even came in and he wanted to have a try, which is really nice. He's 13. If he likes to get involved in things, then, you know, that's great. And I just wanted to show you some of my daughters because I think they're so fantastic. So she's not even 7. Maybe I'm just having a proud mum moment. She's not even 7. She's never touched watercolours before. And, you know, it's very hard not to be aggressive with art when you're a kid, right? But she's very gentle and it's amazing. This is her little rose. So good. And this is her lavender with the bow. And this is her little rose in a little vase. And to be honest, I think that vase is better than mine. She did this one. She did completely on her own. She just went off, found a YouTube and did it herself. And it's a watermelon slice. I love that. It's so arty with splatters. And this is 100% the best out of the three of us. So the three of us did a little beach scene, and me and my son kind of messed ours up, and she kind of nailed it. Look at that. So good. I'm really chuffed. I'm really proud of her. She took them into school for show and tell, which was really cute. And now my husband's going to take them and put them in his work, which he's already done with my son's. So I can't show you my son's. My son did a really good sunflower. It was beautiful. But my husband's took that in, so I couldn't show you that. So that was a little bit of watercolouring. I've not got like the most amazing. I've got some fairly decent brushes actually. The watercolours are Meaden half pan set. They're kind of like middle of the road. Like, I think when it comes to art stuff, it's better to just get, like, there's no point buying artist grade stuff that's really expensive if you're just trying it out. So, but then equally, if you buy like the really cheap watercolors, they've probably got no pigment and they're rubbish. So mine are Meadens, which I think is like student grade, kind of like middle of the road. And then the last thing I want to show you today, I've got some other things to show you next month. I've been doing some paint by numbers, sticker by number. I've been doing some diamond painting, and I promise I will show you my terrible crochet next month. But the last thing I want to show you this month on the theme of kind of painting and stuff is I've started a junk journal or an art journal. It's more of an art journal, I suppose, because junk journal implies that's when you're using like things from your life that you've collected, like ticket stumps and receipts and stuff like that. I've not really done, it's not really that. I'm basically using a combination, well, it's very multimedia, shall we say. I'm using a huge combination of different things. As I say, because I've like always dabbled in loads of different crafts, like when I dig around, I've actually got loads of different art supplies that I can use and dig out. So I've hardly even had to buy any new stuff. I bought some new washi tape, and I bought some new paint sticks, you know, like little kind of oil paint sticks, kind of acrylic crayon type things, and some new paint pens, although the paint pens are not great. But other than that, I just kind of used stuff that I already got. And again, full disclaimer, I am not trying to say that this is how you do a junk journal or an art journal. There are some amazing, I've been following some fantastic YouTube channels where they're doing all kinds of beautiful art journaling, and they're really inspiring. I'm way behind on my Flosstube, to be honest, watching other people's Flosstubes because I've been doing that. Anyway, I've probably been working on this for the last week or so. So I'll show you it. And it's like slicing open my insides. So please, what is it your mother says? If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So the idea with an art journal, from what I can gather, is you basically just put in whatever you want. This is totally multimedia. I'm using pattern papers, washi tape, some watercolour, some paint sticks, some acrylic markers, some stamping, cutting out from magazines, some stickers, a bit of all sorts really. So anyway, shut up Laura and just show us. I am going to jazz up the cover and like do some decoupage on the cover or something. But for now, okay, so this is my first page. Obviously I didn't draw this. This came from a little design pad that I got from the Works. I really love this really cool like photograph washi tape that also either came from the Works or the range, I can't remember. I coloured in this sun with some alcohol markers and then some acrylic markers on top. Again, these were on a pad of design paper. What do you call it? I'll tell you what, I'll show you the exact one because it's right down here. It is, so this one was from the Works, Make and Create design pad. So it's this one, it's all like beachy themed. So that was really cool. So a lot of this has come from there, and some really cool washi tape as well. The background is watercolour, and this bit is metallic paint sticks. Again, this one has come out of the same design pad, and there's some stickers in there as well. And then I coloured it in with alcohol markers, and then I did the sun and the sky with paint sticks, and then I sealed the whole thing with Mod Podge. This one, again, this came from this same little pad. Well, I can't show you, it's in my box upstairs. So again, I tore this up and put it together and kind of did gold in between, kind of like doing the cracks in gold. That was the idea. Bit of washi tape, some patterned paper, and I stamped some flowers on there. This is probably my favourite because it's got sort of meaning, if you like. This page is meant to be all about self-care. Now, I admit this really looks like a 5-year-old's done it, but I'm enjoying it. It's helping my mental health, so that's the plan. So spend some quality time with yourself. I cut a lot of these pictures out of, I found a load of old magazines. What are they? Happyful magazines. So a lot of these pictures came from Happyful or from this like motherhood zine that I was subscribed to once. These were painted. I had these in my stash when I was doing some when I was trying out my jelly plate. And then we've got these awesome stickers, and then just stuck some other random stuff on. So yeah, I do like that page. And the background is watercoloured, and then some stamping here as well. Oh, this is a really rubbish page. I don't enjoy that one. I've got to figure out what to do with that. I'll do something else to make that better. This one is super bright. It was meant to be kind of retro. Change the way you look at things. And again, combination of magazines, some sort of scrap paper that I'd already made using masking tape and pens and a bit of gold leaf. And again, kind of just, if you make a load of, like what I do in advance is just make a load of stuff, and then I use that to then incorporate it into here, which I think is the idea. Bit of acrylic paint in the background, plus paint pens. And again, I put some Mod Podge all over the whole shebang. And the last one is one I did a couple of nights ago, and it is this one. So I stamped these flowers, coloured them with alcohol markers. I did the background in with some ink stamps, some paint sticks, and used just some fine liners to do a few little stars and whatnot. Washi tape I already had in my stash. We did some watercolours for the backgrounds here. And then these letters, hope and love, I already had in my stash as well. So there we have it. I've broken apart my heart and shared it with you all. But I think it's really good. And if this can inspire you, we all love cross stitch, and I still love cross stitch, and I still spend most of my free time doing cross stitch. But if there is another side of you that likes doing other art, then seriously just indulge it. Because it helps my mental health, and I know it helps lots of other people I know as well. So I highly recommend. And if you do other arts and crafts, please tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear about them. And as I say, I'll show you some other stuff next month. As I say, I've got some diamond painting and some paint by numbers and some mediocre crochet to show you. Well, this is mediocre. The crochet is bad. Maybe I'll have another go. I found a load of yarn the other day, so maybe I'll have another go. And actually Libby brought in some yarn to Stitch Club on Tuesday, and I grabbed a couple of balls of yarn then as well. So maybe I'll have another bash as well before next time at the crochet, because I would love to do it. It looks so soothing. So anyway, that's me. I hope you enjoyed the little foray into other hobbies. And if you want more of that, then let me know, and I'll always stick it on the end for those who are interested. And I hope you liked the cross stitch projects that I showed. If you did, please hit the subscribe button and please comment down below. It's really hard to grow your channel, and my channel has really slowed down in growth, so I would really appreciate it. And feel free to share it on your Instagram or with your stitchy friends as well. That'd be amazing. Anyway, I will see you at the end of May or the beginning of June, when hopefully I'll have a bit more progress, and I'll have some other projects and maybe a couple of finishes to show you. So I hope you have a lovely evening, happy stitching, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.